Ladies and gentlemen, even before I give you the details of this particular video, the shocking political updates concerning Fred Matiang'i and President William Samoei Arap Ruto ahead of the 2027 general elections, I want you to understand one thing, that Fred Matiang'i is not a politician. Let me repeat that again. The former CS for Interior during the previous Jubilee administration, Fred Matiang'i, is not a politician. Let me explain to you more in this analysis. So, according to some reports from the media, through a statement that I will also read for you in this analysis, Fred Matiang'i made an official announcement. And the announcement is that Matiang'i must vie for presidency in the 2027 general elections. Is this information from the media really true? And if yes, do you really think that Fred Matiang'i will defeat President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga's government in the 2027 general elections? Because according to me, Ruto will easily win the 2027 general elections, and especially through President William Ruto's political strategy of coming up or creating the broad-based government. A political strategy that involves the opposition and Raila Amolo Odinga's ODM party. But the media is trying to convince us that the reason as to why Fred Matiang'i will easily defeat Ruto and Raila Odinga in 2027 is because majority of Kenyans currently are tired completely with President William Ruto. Majority of Kenyans would want new faces in leadership. Also, Fred Matiang'i is being endorsed by the Gen Zs. I'll still give you more details about that. But I want us to look at the big picture here. For Fred Matiang'i to defeat William Ruto, number one, he must have a national political party. Remember, currently, UDA party and ODM party are the only two national political parties in Kenya. Why am I saying this? William Ruto's UDA party is the biggest political party here in Kenya, based on the total number of MPs that UDA has. Currently, as we speak, UDA has a total of 138 members of the National Assembly, followed by Raila Odinga's ODM party with a total of over 80 members of the National Assembly. Do you think that Matiang'i can create a national political party that will defeat both Ruto and Raila Odinga? That is not possible. And of course, not forgetting that our politics here in Kenya is local. Meaning, do you think that the people from the Rift Valley region are willing to vote for Fred Matiang'i and not William Ruto? Do you think that the people from the larger Mount Kenya region are willing to vote for Fred Matiang'i and not William Ruto? That is not possible. Then all of a sudden, I came across a statement from Fred Matiang'i's political party. Fred Matiang'i's linked political party, well known as UPA, United Progressive Alliance political party, made a shocking announcement, whereby Fred Matiang'i's party vowed to work with President William Ruto ahead of the 2027 general elections. Just look at the official statement on their screens. Now, this shocking announcement from Fred Matiang'i's political party, UPA, came immediately after the Gen Z's demonstrations collapsed. I mean, just have a look at the Nane Nane demonstrations organized by the Gen Z's. It failed terribly. It did not happen in most parts of the country, only here in Nairobi, whereby a few individuals turned out for those demonstrations. So the turnout was extremely poor, meaning going forward, the Gen Z's demonstrations will no longer exist. So what does this statement from Fred Matiang'i's party really mean? Does it mean that Fred Matiang'i has also decided to change his mind and he is now supporting William Ruto? Because when you look at this matter very keenly, the inside story, majority of the politicians currently, majority of the leaders are leaning towards President William Ruto ahead of the 2027 general elections. Because these politicians understands very well that being on William Ruto's side is where the government will be formed in the 2027 general elections. And that is why today I saw Ali Hassan Joho, the deputy party leader of the ODM party, who was recently nominated and appointed by William Ruto as the CS for mining. He was publicly campaigning for William Ruto in Kirinyaga County today in a public rally with William Ruto. Who knew that one day Joho will be in a political rally with William Ruto? Just have a look at this photo here. It is just amazing. I will still do a critical analysis about this. So, I want us to mainly focus on Fred Matiang'i here in this analysis. And I want to give you the deeper details about Fred Matiang'i endorsing William Ruto in the 2027 general elections. Why he decided to change his mind. So if you're listening to me up to this point and you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe you are new, welcome, and I want to request you to just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button down below for you to be able to be receiving more political updates from this channel, like the one that I'm currently doing here. And to my returning subscribers, welcome back again. I want you to also hit the like button down below for YouTube to recommend this channel and this video in particular to reach out to others. Because I believe if you subscribe to this channel, if you like this video, YouTube will automatically recommend this channel and this video to reach out to others so that we can grow, we can improve in this channel. Having said that, now let us proceed. And I want us to begin right from here. Just a few days ago, I was literally shocked because the Gen Zs were begging Fred Matiang'i to vie for presidency in the 2027 general elections. Something that was very, very strange according to me. And of course, the headlines were all over the media that the Gen Zs have picked Matiang'i to run for presidency in 2027 general elections. Then all of a sudden, there were some capes branded Matiang'i. These capes, I'm told that they were being distributed. And I want you to have a look at this particular photo here of Fred Matiang'i himself wearing one of the capes. It is branded Matiang'i. So the question that I kept on asking myself, based on these issues that are going on with Fred Matiang'i and the Gen Zs, of all the politicians that we have in Kenya, of all the leaders that we have in Kenya, why exactly would the Gen Zs pick Matiang'i? Why not Raila Amolo Odinga? Because I was thinking that if the Gen Zs are saying Ruto must go, and if the Gen Zs were totally against William Ruto's government, the Gen Zs did not have any issues with Raila Amolo Odinga. So basically, they would have endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is why, immediately after Raila Odinga decided to support William Ruto, the issues of the Gen Zs and the demonstrations ended immediately. And a very good example is what I've just talked about, the previous Nane Nane demonstrations, which failed terribly, which clearly tells you that the Gen Zs listens to Raila Amolo Odinga. So basically, you can clearly tell that there must be someone or some people behind these Gen Zs, and they were making these unrealistic demands, just using the Gen Zs to deliver the information. So this is exactly what the media had announced about Fred Matiang'i. A shocking statement from this headline, which says, Fred Matiang'i assembles the machinery for the 2027 State House race to remove Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga. Which I came to realize later on that the machinery that this statement is talking about here is that Fred Matiang'i had hired a Canadian firm. Let me read for you the information here, which says, Kenya former Interior Minister Fred Matiang'i hires a Canadian lobbying firm for the 2027 presidency. And when I went deeper into this information, I came to realize that Fred Matiang'i had actually hired a Canadian firm for around 250,000 USD, almost 32 million Kenya shillings. What is the purpose of this Canadian firm? The main purpose of this Canadian firm is to assemble all the powerful countries, foreign countries, to support Matiang'i's presidency. Powerful countries to campaign, to rally for Fred Matiang'i. These countries are countries like the US, the UK, and Japan. This political strategy by Fred Matiang'i does not really work. And that is why I told you from the beginning that Fred Matiang'i is not a politician. Let me ask you, do you think that Canada will rally for Matiang'i? How can that even happen? Do you think that UK will campaign for Fred Matiang'i? And will it have any effect? The same thing as the US. Because the people of the Republic of Kenya are the ones who must support Fred Matiang'i if it is going to happen. Not the US, not Canada, not UK. Those foreign countries will not vote for Fred Matiang'i. So basically, the reason as to why Fred Matiang'i had to change his mind is because Fred Matiang'i has finally come to realize that it is not possible at all to remove William Ruto from power in the 2027 general elections. That is why he has started to change his tune. His party has started to support William Ruto. And number two, there could be some people who tried to force Fred Matiang'i to face William Ruto in 2027 general elections. But Fred Matiang'i is not a politician. There is no way that he can defeat William Ruto. I don't know what you think. I would also want to know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. Do you think that Matiang'i will be in the ballot in 2027? And if yes, do you think that Matiang'i will defeat Ruto and Raila Odinga in 2027? Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more political updates like this one. Let me see you again in my next video analysis. Remember, my name is Jason. Bye-bye and have a good night. Thank you.